How can you get more organic views on YouTube? Viral views are not predictable, but views from search are extremely predictable. That's how we got Noelle Randall to appear at the top. That's how we got Brent Bowers to appear at the top. That's why Stan is at the top. That's why Doug is at the top. That's why Jason's at the top. That's why Nicole is at the top. That's why Ted's at the top. That's why Laurel's at the top. That's why Chris is at the top. That's why this Chris is at the top. That's why Dr. P's at the top. That's why Jay's at the top. The more of your videos that appear at the top of search, the more organic views you're going to get. I'm going to show you the exact tactics we use to get there. The best way for you to understand this strategy, the leaf strategy, is to teach my tree analogy. So look at this tree here. It's got a big trunk, broad trunk, goes out to branches. Those branches go out to the leaves. Okay, so the trunk represents your core area of expertise, all the different branches or all the different categories you have expertise in. The leaves, those represent questions. Now specifically, these are really specific questions that your target audience is asking. So you don't make videos on trunk topics, you don't make videos on the branches either, only make videos on specific questions. I call these leaf titles. So let's say you're an expert in nutrition. An example of a leaf would be how to calculate nutritional value of a recipe. Or another leaf I found, how to carry nutrition during a marathon. These are very specific questions. I did not make these up, but I researched and I found them. Let's give another example. Let's say you're an expert in human resources. An example of a leaf would be how can we improve recruitment and selection process? Or how to restructure a company to increase profits. What if you're an expert in motivation? A leaf would be how to overcome lack of motivation to exercise. How to get motivated to clean when depressed. These are real questions that people go to Google and YouTube and type consistently every single month. This is the tool that I use. It's called the Keyword Magic Tool. You can get a free trial of this tool if you go to herokeywordtool.com. Now, I typed in here SAT prep. So this is a tutor who's looking for students on Google and YouTube. So some of the leaf titles that we found, how many hours of SAT prep do I need? Or how much does SAT prep raise your score? Or what's the best online SAT prep course? So a tool like this does the work. You never run out of topics to talk about. You put in your trunk and your branches, which are your area of expertise, and this tool will find the leaves for you. With that foundation, you're ready to learn the 5 ingredients of the leaf strategy. So ingredient number 1, you need to choose your target branch. So on this tree, you want to start out by focusing on one branch. Compare that to all the other branches and find the branch that contains your target audience. Now when you find that branch, you're going to make sure that you find all the questions on that branch. Now let me show you an example. This is some research I did for Noelle Randall. She teaches real estate investing, and I found this branch that has real estate investor find. So kind of 4 branches in, all of these leaves have those 4 words in there. Let me show you a similar branch, real estate investor become. So both of them share the same level 3 branch, but one is find and one is become. Now, you might not think there's a lot of difference there, but when I showed these both to Noelle, she looked at this first branch and she said, now that I see it this way, this is not my target audience. But this branch, the second one, this is my target audience. We had already filmed a lot of content together. We were just looking for a new branch. So we decided to check and see how did she rank on both of these branches. On that first branch, look at the right column. On February 10th, you'll see some yeses, some starting, and some no's. We typed in each of these questions, each of these leaf titles into YouTube and hit search. And if Noelle appeared at the top in the top 3, that's a yes. If we had to scroll down, but we still found her in the top 20, that's starting. And if we didn't find her in the top 20, that's no. So this is the branch that she doesn't care to dominate. It's not her target audience. You see, she's actually got several yeses, okay? But we don't need any more work on this branch. This branch, the one that is her target audience, we only found 2 yeses. The rest are no's and a couple startings. So this is what we are hoping to find, okay? So you can see the second to last column, filming date. You'll see the dates that we filmed several of these episodes. 5 of them in February, a few more in March, a few more in April. And as we kept updating the ranking over the following months, by April 18th, now we had 8 yeses. By May 16th, even more yeses. By July 3rd, almost all yeses. We're totally dominating this branch now. That's what I mean by choosing a target branch. Now, ingredient number 2 is you've got to film every leaf on that branch. Now, the ideal branch will have at least 20 leaves. You've got to create more leaves on that branch than your competitors do. So if there's a branch with like 50 leaves, that's even better. Ingredient number 3 is for this entire branch, let's also create one lead magnet video. So if you're creating 20 to 50 leaf videos, then create one lead magnet video. And the call to action on all those leaf videos will be to go watch that next video. Now, just like this video here is talking head, I want you to do the same thing. That's what we do across all 50 of these YouTube channels. You want to look right into the lens. You never want to have a camera off to the side so you're breaking eye contact. Talking head videos, single camera, make it look and sound nice. Now here's some ingredients for the talking head video. Have your videos be an average length of 8 to 12 minutes. Outline your talking points instead of creating a script. Make sure you put curiosity hooks in the beginning of the video so that people watch all the way to the end. Make sure you design custom thumbnails, and the call to action at the end of your leaf videos is to go watch the lead magnet video. Now, ingredient number 5 is to launch between 1 and 7 episodes a week. Why is there a range? Well, it depends on the results. How many branches do you want to dominate on YouTube? So think about the next year, the next 12 months. If you want to dominate 1 or 2 branches, you can do this strategy and just launch 1 episode per week. But know that if you launch 7 episodes per week, you can dominate between 7 and 15 branches in 1 year. I want you to understand this strategy deeper, and I want to teach you my 3 video marketing funnel for lead generation. So on the screen, I'll put that video. It's the 3 video YouTube funnel for lead generation. Go watch that video next.